Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome. I'm actually on my way back from my walk. I just needed a little bit of Zen time to just walk and have a moment in time for myself. So as I'm walking and thinking about lots of different things and, just being in my thoughts for a little moment, and, it dropped in for me of what I should talk about today. And what I should talk about today is when the path feels like it's covered. So as I'm walking along the path, sometimes when you're walking in your journey, it feels like the path is covered, and it feels like, imagine that there are vines with prickles, a couple of tree logs, and it's all covering the path, and you reach this space and you think like, oh, how am I going to get through that? How am I going to get through here to continue on down my path? This is stopping me right now from continuing down on my path. And there's thorns, and you're trying to climb through it, and you're getting scratched up, and the thorns are sticking in you, and there's these big trees that you can't get through. Hello. And there's these big trees that you can't climb over because they're massive trees that have just fallen down in the space. And all of a sudden you just stop. And as you stop, you start to think, I don't know how to get through here. I don't know how to get through so I can continue down my path. And for a moment, you think, that's it. I'm done. I have to turn around and go back down the path. I have to turn around and head back down the path. But the problem is that path there leads to the past, right? That path there leads to the past, and the past is gone. It's not there anymore. You can't go back to the past, right? You can't go back. You have to keep going forward. And although there are a blockage in your way, you have to think about how can you move the blockage. You can't physically move it. It's too hard. You're getting cut up. You're being it because you're looking at it all in the wrong way. You're looking at it in a way of physically removing things. But sometimes it's not a physical block. It's a mental block. It's a mental block in your mind that is stopping you from moving forward. Because remember, everything is just an illusion. There actually isn't anything on the path, but that's what you see. You see the blockage on the path because something has stopped you in your tracks. And so you have to come back to the mind. You have to come back into your mind and ask yourself, oh, good morning. We've got Brendan, Andrew, and Leanne. Good morning, everybody. So you have to start thinking, what mental blockages is stopping me right now from moving forward? And where can I pivot? Because I can't go back, because that no longer exists. Even though the path is there, I can't go back that way. Because if I go back that way, what am I going to get? I'm going to get what I've always got before, right? Change is forward. Change is ahead. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be blockages, but they're not real. They're all in your head. It's something in your head that is holding you back. And that's what you need to figure out. What is that in my mind that is stopping me? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it something that I haven't looked at before? Is it something that maybe has been put in front of you, but you've pushed it aside? Maybe it's an opportunity that you've not knew of, but you've pushed it aside going, no, that's not it. That's not it, because this is what I'm thinking. And it's really interesting because just as words like warrior and warrior woman or warrior and warrior, like they sound the same, warrior and warrior, but they're two different words. They're warrior and warrior, right? But they're the same word. They spelt a little bit different, but they sound the same. So it's the same thing. Sometimes we have this path that we're going down and we have this trajectory of where we're going. That's the path. That's what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to be. So let me use this as an analogy for you. Let's say that path is your path to getting to your goal. And to get to your goal, it's about, doing the work, commitment, and you had a vision of what that was going to look like. Maybe it looked like you're going to get up every morning, you're going to go for a walk, and then you're going to eat right. I'm just using this as an example. And you're going to eat right, and that's how it's going to happen. But then let's say that actually that path was, you could still get up. But let's say there is an opportunity for you to do a charity walk, right? But you sort of thought, no, charity walks aren't what I'm doing. I'm just focusing on doing this, getting up every morning and doing this and eating right. This is just an example. It can work the same way in anything. It might be a particular job. It might be a particular job that you think you're going to do or that you are doing, and you think that's what's going to lead you to your goal. Or maybe you're running a business and you're thinking, no, that's how I'm going to get to my goal, because I'm going to do this, this, and this. But somewhere another opportunity comes into play and you go, oh no, that's not what I was looking for, because this is my vision. But sometimes, thanks Brenton, you too, Brenton. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday for an ice bath. Icebreakers. But sometimes other opportunities come in to help propel you forward to reach your goal, because the things that you're doing right now maybe aren't enough. And maybe something like the charity walk, for instance, is going to boost you. So you're walking every day. And so this charity walk is going to propel you even more forward, because you're going to be even fitter, right, to do the walk. So you're going to reach your goal faster. But you didn't envision doing that walk. It wasn't even in your peripheral vision. Or maybe a job opportunity wasn't in your peripheral vision, or maybe the way you want to build your business, this other opportunity wasn't in your peripheral vision. But if we can let go of the ego, because the ego plays a huge part in this. The ego stops us because we have this fixated thought on what it's going to look like. You can have the vision. You need to have the vision. You need to have the vision of what things are going to look like and how they're going to play out. But you can't be so fixated that when an opportunity comes in to help you propel forward, that you disregard it because your mindset and your ego said, but that's not what I thought it was going to look like. Because let me ask you right now, in your life right now, is it exactly the way you thought it was going to be? And I will guarantee you that 99% of people right now will say, no, it is not. No, it is not the way I thought it was going to be. So we can have these thoughts and visions and goals ahead, which is great. And we need them. We need to have a focus. But we also need to have the flexibility to pivot when needed, to pivot into these spaces to allow us to stay on the path, get rid of those blockages. See, the blockage that I was talking about with all the vines and the prickles on and the big trees, those are your thoughts. Those are your thoughts that when things come in, you're like, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I thought it was going to look like. And when you can let go of the ego, you can pivot in your mind, all of a sudden, the path is clear. And you now can continue walking down the path, right? You can now continue walking down the path because now the path forward is clear, right? How exciting is that to know that when we hit that blockage, and what's really interesting is that blockage doesn't have to be there for a long time. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be an hour. It could be a day. It could be a month. It could be a year. How long do you want the blockage to be in the way? How long do you want to stop that? And I'll guarantee you now, sometimes people have turned back and they've gone back down the path to think they can find another angle, that they can find another path, and they'll go back. And what happens? They get more of what they just left. The stuff they left behind, they go back and repeat the process again. And then they do find another fork in the road. But guess what's in that fork in the road? Another blockage, right? Because you can't go back. You have to go forward. So when the path is blocked, just for a moment, take in a breath. Change the thoughts. Allow yourself to pivot and allow yourself to really look at the whole picture as an opportunity. You're not steering off the path. You're just being propelled forward that little bit faster. But we get so fixated in our life on how it should be perfect and how it should look a certain way, right? And then we get stuck. So maybe today I would encourage you to have a look at your path and see whether there is anything standing in your way, anything blocking your path, stopping you from moving forward. And if there is, just take a bit of a moment to look at anything that's those things that are stopping you. Take a bit of a moment to realize, where can you pivot? Where can you allow yourself to pivot and take up an opportunity to propel you forward? You're not going backwards. You're only going forwards. So I'm wishing you a fabulous Wednesday today. And if you're looking for a little bit more relaxation tonight at the HCC 15 Brock Street, Port Adelaide, we do have tonight, I'm running my meditation and sound bath, which is absolutely beautiful. Get some beautiful energetic vibrations happening through and clear out some of that energy you no longer need. If you want to come along, just PM me. I'll give you the link so you can purchase a ticket, and it runs from 7 until 8:30. So look forward to seeing those of you who want to come along tonight. And also we have ice bath this weekend on Saturday morning from 7 till 9 at Semaphore South. And you can check out the website Icebreakers the Tribe and book your ticket online for this Saturday morning. So looking forward to seeing those of you who are going to come along. Remember these 3 things. As always, you are beautiful. You are loved. And oh my God, you are so worth it. Mwah. Sending you so much love and light, and look forward to seeing you soon.